Hi everyone. Today we have Pradeep. We will be conducting a sort of mock interview with him, assess his knowledge, and we will try to give him feedback where he can improve. And if you guys watch it till the end, you will make sure that it's beneficial for everyone. Some sort of knowledge to entry-level DevOps and cloud engineers will try to make beneficial for everyone. So Pradeep, I'll hand it over to you. If you can brief about yourself, what sort of experience do you bring? What's your education? Then we can start from there.
Good morning. Thank you for giving me this opportunity to introduce myself. My name is Pradeep Nag. Basically, I am from Barampur, Odisha, but currently I am staying in Bangalore for looking job. And talk to my education. I have completed full 15-year education. After that, I have completed MCA from National Institute of Science and Technology, Barampur, Odisha. Along with that, I have taking course like DevOps, AWS in on Linux platform
Mhm.
in Naresh IT, Hyderabad. And my comes to my family background, we have apart from me there are three members in my family where my father is a government servant and my mother is a homemaker, and I have a younger brother. He is studying in like plus two.
Okay.
And
Okay.
I am fascinating about DevOps, which includes continuously integration, continuously delivery tools like Jenkins, configuration management tool like Ansible, cloud technology like AWS, and container tool like Docker, and container management tool like Kubernetes.
Okay. Have you worked on all these tools? What sort of understanding you have?
Yeah, I
What
have
course? What
working on
course
this
you
tool.
did, and how long the course was?
I have taken DevOps with AWS course, and course duration is 3 months,
How much did you pay for that?
8,000.
Okay. And did any projects in that course as well? Any complex projects you did?
Yeah, I did 2 to 3 sample project.
Okay. Uh, can we see that? I'm looking at your resume and your GitHub repository. Which is your most
And
complex project that you have done?
online voting application.
But that is not a DevOps project, right?
Yes, this is a DevOps project to deploy in Kubernetes cluster.
Okay.
This project, and to build Docker image from Docker file.
Okay. I'm looking at your this thing. Most of the content you have taken this repository from some other place and worked on it. You have
Yes,
copied it from somewhere, right? Did you created anything in this from your
and
own?
one thing, uh, and I am taking Maven to build. I am taking Maven to project structure, war file, war project structure, and inside index.jsp, I will change some code, and I integrate with GitHub, Jenkins, Maven, and deploy to Tomcat web server.
I see
Also,
in your this
I
repository,
did.
your Docker file is somebody like the original owner or author has written it.
Yes,
Uh,
but I build the Docker file from Docker image from this Docker file, existing Docker.
you know the gap, right? In organization, you don't build an existing Docker file. You will be expected to write your own Docker file. So having pulling or using a online voting app is fine. That's okay. That's a sample project. You don't have to write your Java code for that. But your Docker file should be coming from your hands, not something the author has written. Same goes for your Kubernetes deployment and all. So there are hundreds of other such projects going on YouTube which are very misleading in nature. Something will say that deploy a Netflix clone, YouTube clone, and all that, and all the Docker file, Terraform, and all everything associated with that project where the actual learning is already available. So you are just building that. And job is not for building anything existing. Jobs, companies expect you to come and write fresh, new Docker files, new Terraform code, new manifest files for deployment, right? So it have us like try to have some differentiation that this is not a college where existing textbook can be studied and you can pass something. Here you have to build new every day. Okay. Uh, Tell me about Jenkins. What's your knowledge about Jenkins?
Jenkins is a popular CI/CD tools,
Mhm.
and it is developed in Java. So prerequisite to install Jenkins is Java,
Okay.
and Jenkins support more plugin,
What sort
like
of
more
plugin have
number
you
of
used?
Jenkins. Sorry,
What Jenkins plugin have you used?
like GitHub plugin, Maven integration plugin to talk with Jenkins to Maven, and Tomcat to deploy war file to Tomcat. We have a plugin like deploy to container plugin.
Anything multi-branch?
No.
So tell me about something about Git. What you know about Git repositories? Any branching or merging strategies that you are aware of?
Git is a source code management tool or a version control tool where developer write code, DevOps engineer write scripting, and tester write test cases. All this code are stored in a central repository. That's why everyone can access this code. So Git is a source code management tool
Right. Absolutely correct.
where we can manage and manage all these codes.
Yes, but what branching and merging strategies do we use in when we are writing code in companies?
Branching means suppose one application is developed some like one to two features. So we have by default give master branch, and according to our features we have create different branches. After that we have merged all this code into QA branch and production branch.
Okay, awesome. So what does this workflow called when we merge feature branches into this? What this process is called? Have you done this?
Branching status.
Have you done this kind of activity? Like, have you created branches and
Yes.
for which project you did that?
Sample project I have did. I have created two to three branch and just write sample code and I will merge to master branch
Okay, awesome. So
using
you
git
can,
checkout.
yeah, you can say something like pull request or merge request is being done for such branches. And also once it is merged into master, then how is your CI/CD then designed for such branches? Do you do all the activities
Uh,
in future
all
branches?
this code are in GitHub repository.
Mhm.
So uh, using Jenkins, we have to integrate with his GitHub. And whenever developer push the code, GitHub will trigger the job by using a webhook or SCM pooling. Then build using Maven. After build, you will create a WAR file, and
Mhm.
it will be stored one copy like a Artifactory, like Agro CD, and uh, another copy will be deployed prod or staging environment or testing environment like this.
Okay. Have you done this, putting this into repository?
I don't like post this WAR file to Agro CD. I will build the WAR file. I will deploy it to Tomcat server.
You don't store it anywhere, Artifactory or
No,
anywhere.
I will try one time, but unfortunately line got. That's why I stopped this project.
Hmm.
Practical.
Okay, no worries. So these are the sort of slightly medium complex projects that you should be building, where you are actually pushing this artifact into a repository, and then instead of deploying right from there, you pull it again from repository and then deploy. So your CI process will push it to Artifactory, then your
Hmm.
deployment process will pull it from Artifactory and then deploy. Okay.
Exactly.
Tell me any good practices that should be followed in CI/CD process. Any five good practices that you follow in CI/CD.
What is mean?
Any how do you where do you store different username and passwords that you have to use in CI/CD?
Like secrets, all the secrets like AWS give vault like Ansible
Yes.
provide
But if AWS secrets are there, how I will make Jenkins those available to Jenkins?
integration with using plugin.
What which plugin?
I have no idea. But I know we have secrets stored in like AWS and Ansible also.
Secrets are stored
Ansible,
somewhere in secret management, but how do you make those secrets available to Jenkins? How will Jenkins know that there is a secret somewhere that I have to refer?
no, I have no idea.
Okay, no worries. Okay, very popular question. Public subnets, private subnets, do you know?
Yeah,
Okay. So tell me like just little bit about that.
public subnet and private internet difference is public subnet direct accessed by internet gateway and private subnet is request to NAT gateway. NAT gateway will go to a public subnet through internet gateway. In
And
between NAT gateway, network address translator.
and apart from this, what else makes what other changes you would do for uh, public subnets and private subnets? Any routing required, any routing related changes?
Yes, routing means in public subnet it will direct to 0.0.0, but In private subnet, it will be routed to public subnet, private subnet.
And have you deployed something in private subnet?
Yeah, I set up VPC
Mm-hmm.
and I deploy one HTTPD application
Okay. In a private
on
subnet?
static website.
In a private subnet?
Yes,
How did you access that website from outside?
yes.
How did you enable access on that website?
Sorry.
How did you access that website? You said you run a website on private subnet, right?
Yeah,
How will you
using
access that website?
port number colon 80.
But that does not have a public IP address, right? That instance is a private instance. I'm asking, have you deployed something in a private subnet ever?
Yeah,
How would you access that from
using
internet?
a public subnet IP,
But if that is in private subnet, then how will you access it?
like product public subnet request to private subnet.
How will you do that? Like, can you explain that activity? How do you do that? What will you deploy in public subnet that will have access to private subnet?
Recall.
You understand the question, right?
Yes,
That
yes.
there is something in private
You
subnet.
you tell me my application is deployed on private subnet.
Yeah.
So how to access this application now,
Yes.
right?
Correct.
Private subnet is a router translate the public subnet request to NAT through NAT gateway. So
Right.
if you hit public IP, public subnet IP, so it will be routed my request to private subnet,
Okay.
so I can access the website.
Okay. Just study about these things. These are some of the questions that I asked were very, very basic questions. And the fact that you are struggling tells me that you are not ready for interviews yet. You need to brush up on these activities. So if I go little deep into these, then you will probably struggle even more. If I ask you to write a Docker file, I don't know if you would have done that, or you would know all the features of a Docker file. So let's not make it more complicated. Let's give you some more time and some more hands-on experience. I would suggest you need to work
So
on.
how to improve with all these stuffs hands-on or
So
projects where I find the real actually projects
yeah.
to build
So
and practice again and again.
yeah, so you need to build complex projects. You find projects, you talk to your seniors, you talk to your any of your mentors you have. Do you have somebody in the industry where who you talk to?
See, already I have completed and I have done my course in Hyderabad. Now I have moved to Bangalore.
Yeah, that is fine. You are doing activities which I didn't did my course does not like tell me that 3 months course is especially in Hyderabad and other places. A lot of institutes are there that will take some money and they will do their best, but their best is not enough. Their best is because they are trainers. They don't have industry experience. They don't know what's happening in
Exactly.
the industry. What I was asking you were very, 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 very basic questions. So they are very simple stuff that you should be answering with confidence, which was sort of missing, and some concepts were also not there. So the course part they have done. I wouldn't suggest you start doing more courses and get into another course with some other person and build projects from here on. Ask your friends that. Or your seniors or mentors or anyone you know in the industry, work with them, draft requirements for a project, and try to build it yourself. Don't copy paste any repository where Docker file is already there, where Terraform code is already there, that sort of thing. Just ask. I take a voting app. I will try to build myself. I will try to build. I will try to containerize. I will try to create a cluster, and then I will deploy that app to cluster. So follow the entire process. Don't rely on anything pre-packaged. Those are the fake projects that give you fake confidence that you have built something. All right. I think that's all I wanted to suggest. You don't need to do more courses. Do study yourself from free resources. Study yourself with content available online. You will automatically get direction. But start building complex projects. Search for those projects.
Where I find this complex coders?
I don't want to say that like we also provide those resources. They are available on our channel as well. You can find out
Okay.
on our channel as well as you can find out online on YouTube. And within those projects, if somebody is telling you that run this command and something will be deployed, try to understand what's happening behind the scene.
As a 1 to 2 year DevOps engineer, which tools more preferred to practice?
You have
Should
for
I
1 to
practice?
2 years, you have to practice all the tools that you have mentioned: Terraform, Ansible, Docker, Kubernetes. Move away from Jenkins, add more tools to your skill set. Pick maybe GitLab, GitHub Actions, Azure DevOps, any such tool. Maybe GitLab. Start with GitLab. Jenkins is quite old-fashioned, and you need to have additional tools. Like if companies are using GitLab, then you should be ready for that. And obviously, you are already working on Terraform, and then you need to know like your cloud experience should be strong. So work
Yeah.
on cloud side as well.
I'm start studying Azure DevOps also. I'm not my plan to study 2 to 3 days. I will start.
Yeah, cool. All right, Pradeep. Best of luck, and you can reach out to us whenever you need some help.
Yeah. Thank you.
Sure. Thanks. Bye.